Hi, my name is Kelly Gavigan, and today I'll be doing a director's presentation about Death of a Salesman and Fences and Repertory, which means that we'll stage both shows in the same space but with separate casts. And my focus is on exploring father-son relationships and the idea of the American dream in two very different worlds. And here I just have images of both the plays. Okay, so introduction. So my goal with these plays is to highlight how both of them deal with father-son relationships and how dreams can shape and sometimes even strain family dynamics. While the plays are similar in theme, the worlds they create are very different. So my challenge is to show how those differences, while clearly using the same space. And I'll just move so you can see it better. Okay, so Death of a Salesman. So in Death of a Salesman, Willie Loman chases the American dream through charm and material success. So he wants recognition, respect, and to feel like he matters. So unfortunately, his obsession with appearances and his inability to connect with his son Biff leads to tension, disappointment, and tragedy. And I'll move so you can see this picture better. Okay, so Fences. So Fences follows Troy Maxon, whose dream is grounded in security and providing for his family, while also seeking respect in a world full of limits for Black men in the 1950s. So Troy's perspective and controlling nature shapes his relationship with Corey, his son, and it fuels conflict that's very personal and emotionally raw. So both plays are really about fathers and sons. So Willie and Biff are disconnected, struggling with unmet expectations and failed communication. Troy and Corey also experience conflict, but Troy's more assertive and protective, trying to shield Corey from the world while still imposing his own limits. And in both cases, the son's independence and dreams clash with the father's visions for themselves, or for their sons. Okay, now similarities between the plays. So despite differences, the plays share a lot. They both explore ambition, general conflict, and disappointment. Both show how societal pressures and personal flaws affect family dynamics. And the emotional core of both stories is a struggle to balance dreams and reality. Okay, now differences between the plays. So the differences are what make the repertory interesting. So Willie's fragile, self-deceiving, and chasing an idealized, often superficial dream, while Troy is confident, realistic, and shaped by social limitations. So Biff resists his father because of personal failure, while Corey resists his father because of imposed limits. So the tone also differs. Salesman feels very tense and tragic, while Fences is grounded, raw, and just personal. Okay, so for this, I envisioned something minimal and adaptable, so neutral walls and basic furniture that can be easily transformed between plays, and then movable elements like the fence or a simple table can help define each world, and then lighting and props will help signal which play and which the audience is watching without overcomplicating the design. And then communicating differences. So we'll communicate differences through costume, sound, and movement. So Fences will have 1950s working class clothes with subtle blues or jazz in the background. And Salesman will feel more like confined with 1940s middle class attire, such as like plaid and like khakis with a tense choir underscoring, so maybe even no music. And then blocking will help too because Troy moves with confidence and authority while Willie is physically more jittery. And then my director's vision is to overall let audiences see both the connection and contrast between the worlds, and while using subtle design choices and acting choices, and I'll make sure each world is distinct while exploring universal themes of family, dreams, and conflict. And thanks for watching. I think this is a really cool idea, and yeah.